Hey, Patrick here. I'm going to go through and review a game that I played against Zen as Victor. And I'm going to start off by saying that I stole this list from a couple of locals. So thank you, Nico and Mike. As well, they set up the sideboard. So I'm going through and kind of deciphering their decisions in terms of setting up the different matchups. Starting off, though, the equipment loadout is looking pretty standard here. So the Orm plus Fist is the only weapons and offhand in the deck list. I think that's fine with Cast Homes or the Visit Goldmane Estate. As well, this is going to be a Balance of Justice matchup since Zen runs Art of War, and this is just 5 plus value kind of thing. So it's just good. As well, Civic Steps because I don't care about giving them a Quicken. And Tunic is the only real chess piece, or the only chess piece that's in this deck list. I think that makes sense. Gauntlets, I think it's just going to be a Temper 2. I don't really suspect Maul, but if I can try to force that to happen, then so be it. But going down to the actual deck, it's bringing in 12 cards. So 2 Amnesia, that's just good because it turns off combo on anything that says Crouching Tiger. Chokeslam, it's good use of Tunic, as well as the Crush effect is relevant in this matchup. It can be worth, I don't even know how much value. I'd say like on a good turn, 5 plus if they actually let it come through. As well, bringing in 3 Crush of the Week. I think this list is really heavily teched towards Zen, and Crush of the Week is just a must answer or must block effect. As well, bringing in Spinal Crush, this just kind of sits on the side as like it's only good against decks that want to go multiple chain links or multiple actions, and Zen is definitely a deck that wants multiple actions. Similarly, Tested Strength is being brought in, and I think it's just in the side because some matchups you're just kind of unfavored to win, like KO. I think you still bring it in against KO. I'm not sure actually, but it just still sits on the side. And Weakest Link is coming in. This is good against all Mystic heroes because they run Transcend cards, as well as Zen has Art of War. So they're going to have like 12 targets for this to hit. So it's another must answer. Also bringing in 3 Trounce. It's very likely that I'll win 2 clashes. I think it's like, I want to say it's like 50 to 70%. I haven't done the math or run through the calculator, but this is really good when it hits. Tons of value here. And then other than that, it's a pretty, I think everything else is just standard in the main board. But I will say before we get into this that the game plan is going to be very value oriented. Zen doesn't have a lot of on hits, so the only one I really need to worry about is like probably CNC. I can't think of any other meaningful ones. There's like CNC and then Maul and Key are the 2 on hits that I'm expecting to see in this matchup. Maybe Maul, the Tiger reaction. Anyways, let's get into it. Here we are in game. I hit the record button a little bit late, so that's where we're kind of jumping into it. But you can see here, my opponent goes first. I think I won the die roll and chose to go second. And I'm fine with that because I want to present some kind of on hit that's actually going to affect the turn on my first turn. But I block the best I can and then draw into this hand. And this kind of just plays itself. I only have 1 gold, so the visit isn't live yet. But I'm fine to just CNC Pummel here, get a gold, and then move on with it. I'm representing Pummel, but it's not really clear from his side that I'd have it or not. And yep, there we go. Push up to 10. And they have an Art of War, which I'm perfectly fine with. I'm fine if they just fully block this, but they spend an Art of War to do it. Because it just time locks them, gets rid of an Art of War, and then sent back to me. And with this hand, it's kind of unfortunate that I can't turn on the Rouse, because that card's not great in this matchup, and it's nice when I have a little bit of tempo that I can just kind of get it out of my deck and press some damage with it. Here, I think I should be probably pitching the Rouse, arseling the CNC. Sorry, sending the Weakest Link by pitching the Rouse, and then sending the CNC. And that's because the Weakest Link is an actual relevant on hit, whereas the CNC doesn't do anything. Disable, I'd have to pitch my whole hand and I wouldn't be able to arsenal. So I think just keeping the disable as like an IP essentially is fine here. It's not the best turn, it's not the best use of tempo, but it's what I was dealt. Okay, so they didn't have anything with a no block, so they just take it. That's fine. They have Bonds of Ancestry, Blanche, Ancestral Harmony, Harmony of the Hunt. And with this, I'm looking to probably send a CNC here. So I should be looking to block out with probably 2 cards and then Arsenal either the Weakest Link or the Crush the Weak. And here I'm expecting them to follow up with a Blanche, pitching the Ancestral Harmony. So blocking here, blocking the next link is fine. Yeah. Blocking on the second link just gives less information. So I like that I wasn't quick to block. And plus, blocking from hand, it would have been an overblock. I could have blocked with an equipment, but I'm sure that I'll get value out of that equipment eventually. Okay, so putting the Weakest Link in, that's fine. I think I should send the CNC here because I know they have a Bonds in Arsenal, so I know they're going to block it. Instead, though, sending in Crush the Weak, I don't think I like that. So if I sent in the CNC, then they could block with all their armor, but they haven't made a chi yet, so it would be a really big waste of their helmet. So it would have just demanded a card from hand. Where here, they can still give me 5 with the equipment, or 4 with the equipment, and then play out a big turn, right? This is like them getting to do 2 pseudo combo turns. Okay, so they are actually going to block the equipment, so they must have drawn it to a Transcend card to make their Bond and Arsenal alive. So yeah, this is a misplay from my side. I think this gives them an opportunity to play the game. Also, blocking with the Stride, it indicates that they have an Art of War, because otherwise they could have just blocked 4 with the chest and the arms and covered it. Okay. Yep, so they had Art of War. They're pitching away a Transcend card. It's probably one of the worst ones because they'd have to target their own attack. And right now they have 2 mystery cards from the draw, and okay, so they had another Transcend. So in hand they basically have all mystery cards right now. And I know they have a Bonds in Arsenal. Okay, so they have a Tiger and a Descendant and then 2 mystery cards. Coming in here, they're just coming in for 4 go again, and they drew a card. So 3 mystery cards plus a Tiger. Yeah, that's fine. Blocking with the Balancer here, I like it because they don't really have on hits. They basically just have CNC, or I think that's the only on hit I really care about. So as long as I play around that, and I am because I have a bunch of armor, then I'm fine to just get value off of my helmet. And especially since they played 2 Art of Wars now, I just want to make sure that I get the value off of my balance. Because I don't think this game's going to go to a full first cycle. But here they're just going for it. Bonds gets a Chase the Tail. It's a really good card. Just a 1 for 7. I think it's a good. I think lists weren't playing all 3, or they weren't playing all 3 the Chase the Tails. But I think now that Bonds is reduced down to just the red, I think it's kind of a staple, or it's like a main deck card now. I think there's like not much of a dispute about it. But here I'm blocking in such a way that I'm making sure to get value off my 3 blocks, but also not leaving myself exposed to CNC. So here I think I should be not blocking this, and then just seeing if they have a CNC. Because right now they have 2 unknown cards in hand. So if they come in with the staff, then I know it's not a CNC. And I kind of suspected that it would be a Tiger Generator because they came in with the Chase the Tail, or they got to Chase the Tail, right? They had a chance to plan out their turn, so I'm assuming they're playing correctly. So I can assume that they're coming in with a Tiger here. I don't think I should block this. I think I should just take 4 because they're coming with a Tiger for, what is it? They're coming with the Tiger for 4 anyways. If they don't swing the staff, they swing the staff, they're coming for 5. So I know that I'll get block value off my weakest link. And on my side, I just want to try an Arsenal. I should be trying to Arsenal either the weakest link or the Chokeslam. I think I should be trying to Arsenal the Chokeslam though. Okay, so I'm not worried about CNC. They're coming in for 5 here. No block. I just want to get an Arsenal. I'm assuming they're going to, if they Arsenal, then I swing CNC. If they don't, then I swing Chokeslam. The nice thing about swinging CNC is it represents a CNC Pummel again. So that was kind of their first big turn. Now Traverse is live, so they can block with it and get a nice like value turn. But they don't have Stride, so they'd still have to give me 2 cards from hand to protect an arsenal. Or sorry, 2 cards from hand to protect their arsenal there. So I'm fine with that. Okay, so their last card, their arsenal card was a Bonds of Ancestry. So that's 2 bonds down. And I think also 2 Chase the Tail. So their threat density is slowly getting dwindled. And that's really good news for me. Because I just need to basically weather the storm. That's my whole goal with this deck is just weather the storm, send a relevant hit on every turn. Or sorry, send a relevant on hit every turn. And make them have to, use their resources. And once they've used their sort of free resources and their armor, then the game gets a lot easier for me. On their side, though, they have an okay turn here. Actually, it's pretty decent because they get to get another 100 wins here, and then they'll have the 2 Tigers coming in. So, yeah, pretty good from them. I think they should get 100 wins here, a red 100 wins. And then it'll come in for 5, and then they go Tiger, Tiger, and then I think the last card's a mystery card, right? Oh, no, they have 3 Tigers. So maybe just send all 3 Tigers. Yeah, I like that on my side, blocking with the civic steps. It looks like kind of a random block, but I'm getting to the point where if they have another big pop-off turn with their Traverse, then I might not get both blocks on my equipment. So getting a little bit of a life buffer to be able to do that is really nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is what I kind of set up, having the Chokeslam and Arsenal. And the Chokeslam is, it should get a good amount of value from them if it hits, if I get the crush effect. Here, I'm just checking their threat density, it looks like. But coming for 8 is, like, that's what I need to be doing. I just need to be coming in for these, like, annoying, tall attacks every single turn with some kind of on-hit staple to them. And you can see that the way that I'm, like, holding a card back. Like, in this case, I'm holding back the Spinal Crush. Even though I'm taking a little more life, it's just making it so I can eventually just sort of claw, like, I'm just trying to claw for a little bit of tempo here. So I'm hoping that that's like the last time they get to like freely block. So this has to be a really big turn from them. And starting off with a Tiger Staff is kind of weak. It's a good indicator because it's like cards in deck efficient, but it's not like pitch efficient. That kind of makes sense. But I know in hand they have a Chi and then Mystery Card, and I don't think, yeah, their Arsenal is a Tiger. I was gonna say that I thought they put a Tiger there. I thought I knew their Arsenal. But this turn's kind of wonky. I think they get the last Chase the Tail. Yep. I mean, it's a pitch efficient turn, right? Because they had the last Chase the Tail in deck. So last card is a mystery card. And here, that's good. I managed to hit off of the Test of Strength, so my visit is now live. This is a big deal. I think I showed a Stir the Pot off of the Clash. I think that's what I saw from them. And then I know my top card, so, or I don't know my top card, sorry, because I drew it. But here, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted them to just try and set up for another big turn and not have like a 5-card just hand that's gonna, if they pushed another 4 damage off of that card they had in Arsenal, then this game would be different, I think. It would feel a lot different. But I don't know what the last card in Arsenal is. Actually, I forget what I saw off the Test of Strength. I should have known the card though. Maybe it was the Ancestral, I forget. But anyways, I'm gonna block with Test of Strength here. I like that, only blocking with 1 card. There's a chance I should have blocked with a blue as well. Like the second Chokeslam. It would have been block and efficient, but I would have had, let's see, I would have had 2 blues, and then I was pretty sure that I was gonna pitch for a gold. because I need to find an on hit, right? And I don't think Chokeslam, Blue, or Cranial Crush are good enough. So maybe I leaked 2 points of value. Yeah, I might have leaked a little bit of value there by not blocking with the second blue Chokeslam. And here I think I'm making the decision if I want to pitch again for another gold, because I can go down to 1 gold token, 1 Orem, and then my visits are still live. I think I only have 1 visit in deck. I think I've played 2. Yeah, I have. But this is fine too. Coming with 14 on the disable is, first off, it's a really good on hit, just threatening to, or like guaranteeing that I'm taking their arsenal. But also 14 is getting to the point where if this hits, then I can just start doing the full block out, swing hammer every turn. I think I was just checking to see how much gold I have there. Yeah, so good habits for me. Just checking my graveyard, confirming my game state. I like to see that. Those are things you should be doing, and those are things you should be doing in paper. Just making sure that you constantly have an awareness what the game is, so you can make your decisions quicker and not telegraph things. Okay, so here, yeah, he pitches Stir the Pot, which I knew off of Test of Strength. Comes in with Blanche. That's a good turn. It's just a 2-card 7 is fine. But fortunately, I'm a deck that is fine to just give up like 2 cards, block with like 2 to 3 cards, and then swing back. But here, I'm going to have a Tunic turn. I have 1 gold. So I think I should be keeping both my blues because I think I want to dig with a gold, because I want to try to get another blue to pummel the Cranial. So I think blocking with a Crush is correct. Because even if I whiff and get a red, I can still just play out the Cranial using my Tunic and then arsenal my Pummel. So here, yeah, this looks correct. Blocking with just the Crush, taking 4. That's fine. I still have a bunch of armor, so dig. What do I find? A blue? Okay, awesome. That's exactly what I needed. So just come with Cranial. Okay, good. That's the line I was playing towards. Yeah, so it's going to be 12, and they don't know if I have a Pummel or not. I'm representing it. Okay, they give me a good game. Good game back, and are we going to play it out? Yeah, so they block with 1 card. That's not enough. They'd have to block with 2. Yeah, good game. Here we are in the post game, and I'm happy with how I played that game. I think that I made a lot of good decisions. A lot of them were kind of obvious decisions for people who've been playing Victor, but I think I just kind of piloted the deck the way that it was meant to be piloted and didn't make any mistakes that lost me the game. I made a few bad decisions. To point them out, there was the turn that I sent in the Crush the Weak instead of, I think it was the CNC. I should have either arsenaled the Crush the Weak or the weakest link and then sent the CNC. I think that would have been a lot better. As well, there was a little bit of weird blocking that happened on that one pop-off turn from them. I think I should have held a little bit later. It just insulates a little bit better against CNC. I didn't know they were running it, but I should have suspected it. And if I'd held my block on I think it was the aspect of Tiger body, if I'd held that for when they sent the Tiger, then it would have just, it was free to do, right? I knew how I was going to block towards the end of that turn, and blocking 3 on the 4, as opposed to waiting to see if they swung the staff or just swung the Tiger and then I expected a CNC to come. I think that was just kind of a free way for me to block differently without giving up information. Other than that, though, I think I played well. Maybe I could have dug a little bit deeper with that 1 turn with the gold, but I don't think it mattered. Especially since in this matchup, I'm not bringing in Golden Sun because you just don't need that as a finisher. So I don't need to have gold sticking around. It's basically just to turn on the visit the Goldmane estate. But overall, I was happy with how I blocked, especially with equipment. and happy with how I managed to carry over on hits between turns. I think that was kind of what won me the game, was just having the sort of baseline knowledge of being able to always present an on hit that is awkward for them to block out. And yeah, I'm happy with looking back at that game, how I played. But that'll be it. So thanks, everybody. Bye.